Hi there, my name is Myra. You're on the channel Beauty and Scent with Myra. Today I'm creating this makeup look, which is kind of my take on the clean girl aesthetic makeup look. I know it's not 100% accurate, and also I'm quite late to the party with this one, but just recently I don't know, I've been experiencing the feeling that I don't want to spend too much time on my makeup. I started appreciating like a minimal-ish makeup look more because for years and years I've been doing a full face of makeup, every little step that you can imagine, with like a full-on eye look with a huge wing and things like that, obviously with dark eyeshadow and some color. Now I started appreciating like a more neutral and a more minimal makeup look more, and that's why I want to test out the waters and see and find my own way to do like a clean girl makeup look, which is to me like just a minimal makeup look that makes me feel good, makes me feel put together, confident, and also doesn't take a lot of time because I don't really have the time to do like a full face of makeup anymore. Just a little disclaimer, yes, this is my take on it, and obviously you might do it differently, a lot of other people might do it differently. Please don't judge me, I'm just starting with minimizing the amount of makeup that I wear, and I'm trying my best. So if you could leave in the comments what are your, I don't know, crucial 3 steps in makeup, I would be really appreciative, because that way I'm gonna I don't know, get some ideas and test out some ways to do like a minimal makeup look. I would also appreciate if you subscribed to the channel. This will really help my channel grow. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so let's get started. I actually primed my face using the Glow Recipe Dew Drops, and now I'm going to use the Mario Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. Actually, I just purchased it recently, and I've never tried it before. I know I'm so late to the game, but I mean, I thought it was just a little bit too expensive, I guess. And I didn't understand what for. Now I actually do understand what is the price for, because I do love how it looks on my skin, on just my bare skin, and that's it. I think it's a beautiful product. I know a lot of people were saying that Makeup Revolution, their cream bronzer, is very similar. I used to have that one, and that one was so greasy that I actually decluttered it from my collection because I didn't really liked the way it looked and felt on my skin. It was kind of maybe too greasy, too, I don't know, emollient or something like that, and that's the reason why I decluttered it. And this one is not. This one goes on in a very like thin and, I don't know, serum-like manner, but then it sets. So I don't have that weird feeling on my skin that there's something too greasy or too oily on my skin. Now, I actually, honestly speaking, I'm not okay with not having a lot of makeup on my skin. That's why creating this type of look is very unusual for me. Reason being is actually the fact that for a lot of years I used to work in the office, I used to meet business partners a lot. I used to travel for business a lot. I would negotiate with the partners and things like that. And therefore, I had to look perfect at all times. I know that it's just my own opinion. I thought I need to look perfect. Obviously, you don't have to. But that's something that just stuck in my head. By the way, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Concealer. It's the Weird Even Concealer. And I think that is the reason that I actually got used to having a full face of makeup. And after that, I mean, I still work in that field. I just don't travel a lot. And I kind of stuck to that opinion that I have to look perfect at all times. And therefore now I don't feel confident when I'm not wearing makeup. Or for example, if I'm wearing just minimal makeup. That's why I'm trying to find like the perfect way to wear makeup, but for the makeup not to be too visible and not take like a lot of time to put on, because I do spend a lot of time doing my makeup usually. So I'm just gonna like conceal what I want to be concealed, and that's basically it. I think that's gonna look nice, like the combination of a very natural bronzer and just concealer in the spots that I need. I know it looks like it's actually everywhere, those spots, but it's not. But there are some insecurities that I do want to cover up, and therefore I am applying the concealer in those areas. All right, I do need a little bit more of moisture. That's why I'm gonna use my Revolution Hydrate and Fix spray and just spray on top of what we have. This is actually a good hydrating and fixing spray. I would say it works great for setting the makeup and also hydrating the skin. And kind of like blending everything together. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Now I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's not enough. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the Mario bronzer, or the, sorry, skin enhancer, but obviously it's just a bronzer. Okay, something like that. I do want to add just a little bit more concealer under my eyes, because these dark circles need to be covered. Maybe next time I'm just gonna use a little bit of color corrector. All right, that's it for now. Now I'm gonna just apply a little bit of my Party Proof primer on my lids, because it doesn't matter how much product I apply on my lids, I still want the product to stay there. And the only way to do so is by applying a primer. All right, and considering the fact that we're doing this clean girl aesthetic makeup look, I am going to be using my Hourglass Deer palette. I'm going to be using both of the blush shades in order to, you know, blush ourselves up a little bit. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, Hourglass works on set base, Hourglass works on unset base. I'm just gonna avoid this area because that's where I have my enlarged pores, that area I need to set first, and then apply anything else over it. And as you probably already know, Hourglass products are very translucent, and therefore they look like a veil on the skin, which actually really suits the clean girl aesthetic vibe, I would say. Now I'm gonna be using my Huda Beauty powder. I just put it in my hand and I'm going to work it into the puff in order to set the center of my face. So I'm just gonna lightly tap, tap, tap in the center under my eyes. I'm also setting my nose because I do get quite oily on the nose, the chin as well, and the forehead. And with what I have left here in my palm, I'm just gonna use like a big fluffy brush and set everything else. Just lightly, you know, dust all over the face. All right, now it's time to check what we have here. I think I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit more blush just on the center. I don't actually do that at all, but I mean, I think this look actually needs that. Now I do want to add a highlight, and I'm going to be adding the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten. And yeah, it works just fine over powder, so don't worry about that. You just need to lightly kind of tap it on the skin, and let me show you that, just like this, and blend it with a clean finger. And that way you're gonna have, you know, this highlight, kind of like lit from within highlighter. but at the same time, you're not gonna bother anything else underneath it. All right, so we're done with the complexion. Can you see this highlighter? I mean, I love this highlighter from Rare Beauty. And we're just gonna use the exactly same palette to create like a soft eye look. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take the bronzer and just put it kind of in the crease, kind of everywhere, just to give some definition to the eye. Obviously, this one as well. And as you can see, I'm not being precise. I'm just kind of, you know, putting it all over the place. Now, which shade do I want to use? I think the cooler toned pink, and put it on the lid, just like a little veil, thin veil on the top. I think these cool toned pinks are not gonna go away soon because they've been popular for a very long time. I remember, do you remember MAC Well Dressed? I used to love that shade. I'm actually searching for a blush that will look like MAC Well Dressed because that one was a satin and had such an amazing sheen. Very, I don't know, that sheen was very subtle but still very visible. Oh my god. All right, and on the center of the lid, I'm just gonna apply the Revolution highlighter in the shade Rose Luster. It's kind of this rose, rosy silver shade. I wanted to say rose gold, but it's not. It's kind of this rose silver. I think that looks like a clean girl makeup. I'm obviously not an expert in that, but to me at least, it looks like that. I'm just gonna blend it a little bit. Now we're just applying the bronzer on the bottom lash line. And I'm sorry, but yeah, I have to use a liner, at least my favorite brow pen that I use. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. The reason why I love this pen as an eyeliner is because it's quite sheer. So when you do a mistake, you can fix it straight away. And at the same time, it's opaque enough to look good on the eyes. It's also very easy to use because it has like this tiniest little brush tip that is very flexible. So it's very easy to put the product exactly where you want it. Let me just check the eyes. Obviously, you're never gonna just create the same exact wing on both eyes from first try. You always need to correct that. All right, now the lashes. Obviously, we need a brown mascara. It's the Maybelline Sky High mascara. And with this type of look, with like a clean girl aesthetic, obviously we do need to use like a brown mascara because a black mascara is just a little bit too much for this look. All right, so lashes are done and I tried my best not to overdo it. And the only thing that we have left is the lips, and obviously I'm using my NYX Nude Beige lip liner because this one I think is the most nude and neutral at the same time, and gives that like this natural shadow to the lip without looking weird. Okay, this is what we have right now after using just the lip pencil. And now I'm gonna add Etude House Water Tint, just a tiny little bit, because all these girls have these juicy, kind of, I don't know, kissed looking lips. So we're just gonna apply a little bit and kind of blend it out. And yeah, with this tint, you have to be very quick. It is like an alternative to the Benefit, the Benetint, but this one does not look weird on the lips. It does not emphasize the texture. It doesn't settle in the fine lines of the lips. So yeah, very good product. But you do have to blend it as soon as possible. And for the lips, I'm going to be using the Extreme Shine lip gloss from essence, and this is just in the clear shade. So we're adding just a tiny bit. I don't like when the lips actually look too wet, so I'm adding a little bit and then kind of pressing it in, just like that. And obviously I have a dog hair on my lips. So this is my take on the clean girl aesthetic. I think this is like the least amount of makeup that makes me feel comfortable. I do need to play around a little bit more with how I do my makeup when I don't have too much time to do that, but still want to feel confident. So let me know in the comments what, I don't know, 3 steps in makeup make you feel confident and put together, because I really need to find that combination of looking good, feeling good, and also not spending a lot of time doing my makeup. So thank you again for watching. Please don't judge me too much, because this all clean girl aesthetic, I'm just getting to know that, and obviously I'm not very good at it yet, at least, but I'm gonna practice. I would really appreciate if you supported my channel by subscribing, liking this video, and leaving a comment down below. Have a good one and see you later. Bye!